Hello, folks. Happy New Year to you. May you have a blessed and joyous 2024. Can't hardly believe it. Want to let you see here I am down in my real office now. We've kind of organized our home, and I've been away traveling and visiting family that I haven't seen for many years. Haven't been around for a little bit, but here we are back again. Aud Pod Session 3. Uh, Once again, I'm just giving a kind of an overview, so to speak, of our table of contents of my life, just where I was at certain points, and maybe I'll throw a few stories and good advice, etc., in as well. And then I would like to go back, in time and do sections of my soul's journey and get into a little more detail in each section. So right now I was still in my childhood. I'm in Destruction Bay. Was in Destruction Bay till we were going into junior high, so then I would have been in grade 6, grade 7. Lots of things gone on at Destruction Bay, and you'll learn a lot more about that when I come back and start doing sections of my life in detail. So many stories to talk about that. Gonna do it in bits and pieces here. And then, after Destruction Bay, which had good points and, bad points, as life does, folks. That's the way of it. How you work with it is what makes the difference, you know. So after Destruction Bay, which was, we had a choice of moving to Hay River, Northwest Territories. This is the early 70s now. White Rock, British Columbia, or White Horse, Yukon. Well, I didn't want to go anywhere at that point in time. I was just discovering that I enjoyed singing. And one of the teachers in our little school, there was only like 3 of them, I believe, because there was only 45, 50, 55 children maybe total, including kindergarten to grade 8. Was going to let me sing this year, solo, at the Christmas concert. So I was pretty stoked about that. And I really didn't want to move anywhere. Being a little bush kid, even though life at Destruction Bay really wasn't that healthy for me. I was bullied a lot and stuff. A lot of things went on there that are, as with many children, that our parents have no idea about. Abuse and inappropriate sexuality. And it's the way it was, I guess, in the 60s and 70s, Still is, and even worse, I must admit, in the way they flaunt it these days. No decency on any level, so it's sad to see. So then we moved from Destruction Bay, which was pretty traumatic. And, we had a choice, and we voted for White Horse because, of course, it was familiar to us. It was, where we went and did shopping, and we passed through there. And Kentucky Fried Chicken was there, Dairy Queen was there. Big shopping was there, was the big town to me. We passed through there on the way to Grandma's house, back down to Swift River Rancheria area. So that was our choice in hindsight. My dad wanted to go to Hay River, by the way, which is a big fat no. So I would have liked to have been in White Rock, British Columbia. I probably would have had a much different life and would have done well down there in sports and in education. It was really quite smart, and was pretty bored at the schools up here and got in a lot of trouble. Well, what I consider a lot of trouble. Nothing compared to what most children, many other children get into, whether they're considered trouble children or children get into trouble nowadays. Oh my gosh. Heck, if I was ever to tell my mother to, when I was a kid, are you kidding me? Do you think I'd be here talking to you now, folks? No, probably not. way would I ever cuss at my mom and dad. I'd be 6 feet frickin' under. Just saying. You children these days are totally, brilliant. Yes, I see you, star seeds. Don't think that I don't, being one myself, but I've been here much longer than you. And then there's you assholes out there too, little fuckers. Need to get the head out of your asses and grow the fuck up. And there's no age restriction on that one. Just saying. You know who you are. And if it bothers you, you just might be one of them. Got to Whitehorse. At that time, Whitehorse, what did it have? Maybe 10,000 people, 11,000. Was the capital of the Yukon. I think there might have been 14, 15,000 people in the whole Yukon at that time. 15, maybe 20,000 tops. I doubt it. In the whole Yukon. Not just Whitehorse. The whole Yukon. Okay, guys? You get it? 20,000 people. Now there's 30,000 plus or more, 40,000. I don't know. Just in Whitehorse. Haines Junction, where I lived for many, many years, that area. I didn't live in Haines Junction. I lived actually quite a far ways out in the bush. Now has over 1,000 folks there, I'm sure. Dawson City, few thousand people. Watson Lake, few thousand people. Other little communities, 1,000 or two. There's, 50,000 folks in the Yukon now? Like, that's huge, or maybe more. I haven't really kept up on the whole situation. Way, way more people there now than there ever was, and that's a true story right there. But there's way more people everywhere. You can go to a football game and there's more people in the stadium than there is in the whole Yukon territory. Even to this day. More people work in one of those gosh dang office buildings down in the big shit cities than live in the whole Yukon territory. One fucking office building has more people working in it that live in the whole Yukon territory. Even some of the high schools now had more people going to them than lived in the whole Yukon territory when I was a kid. Like, that's how much difference it is. Goddamn virus called humans just spreading everywhere, big fucking rash on the ass of Mother Earth. And that's what I think. So, grade 6, 7 headed into Whitehorse. Little child coming in from the bush. Fucking little kids in the city there. Mean little assholes. Bullying us. Bullying me and my little sister. You either became a victim or you got tough. I got tough. By the time I was 12 or 13 years old, after being bullied, after we moved into Whitehorse, where I ended up living then for probably 20 years, from grade 6 on, going into grade 7, I got tough. Started getting tough in Destruction Bay with the inappropriate sexuality before the age of grade 6. By the time I was 13 years old, I beat the fuck out of you if you disrespected me. I knew that about myself, and I took control of myself. That's how I survived. At the same time, being a very sensitive being, I didn't make very good goddamn choices for myself because I really didn't have an understanding of what was me and what was the world. I had no shields, no protection, no knowledge of the good red road, the sacred blue road, no knowledge of sacred source connection, of chakras, of etherics, of auras, of correct auric manners. Puke in my energy, left, right, and center. It's just as everybody puked their energy all over me. And a dysfunctional mother, like the families that came from that time, our parents, they were just young too, just young, in their early 20s, trying to raise children. Children having children, trying to raise children. Coming from, you know, residential fucking religious school, abuse, inappropriate behaviors. Really, Canada. Really, the world. Really, the human race. Go slap your face. How do you expect people to be parents when they've never been parented properly their own selves? There needs to be a goddamn fucking class that starts in grade 1 called self-parenting. How to parent yourself correctly to be the true, holy, sacred spark of the divine that you truly are. Not who they fucking say you're supposed to be. I've spent 40 years now walking my soul journey because of the fucking shit that started when I was in junior high and before. I hated it. I didn't like none of that fucking life till I was in my 30s. And then I've struggled ever since to remain on this goddamn planet. Nothing to do with Earth Mother. I love the Earth Mother. She's my favoriteest being. It's the goddamn two-leggeds. Won't mind their own manners on any goddamn level in this earth plane. Physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. So now's the time. Now's the time to speak out, and I shall speak out as I talk about my soul's journey and how I got to here, to being in a place where I don't give a fucking rat's ass what anybody thinks about me, because my connection with Source and all that I am and all that I do comes from a place of purity, a place of good intentions, a place of love, a place of light. I deal with my human woman, beautiful being that she is here on the earth plane, who's walking with me on this soul journey. Bless her for continuing to be worthy of taking care of herself and respecting herself. Because we love who we are. I love me, that which I am. Finally, as an ascended master of spirit, which took, many, many decades of my life to reach. I love me, all that I am, all that I was born to be. I've spent 40 years working, especially the last 22, 23 years on a particular genre of meditation that I found that provides correct vibrational frequency work as well, which is the most important thing. You can read and blah, 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 all you want, go to classes, do this, do that. But if you do not integrate and actually work on raising and maintaining the vibrational frequency that you carry on this earth plane, you're just a fucking tourist. And the next fad, new aged tourist, as we like to say, you must integrate that which you learn to help yourself be a better person and act upon it in this life and be that better person. That's what I've been working on my whole life long, and I started doing it in my late teens, and I kept it secret all my life long. I became the tough girl, the cool cucumber exterior, the builder of the wall, the fuck you because you'll get fucked if you fuck with me type of woman. I had to, in order to protect myself on this earth plane. And I still managed to make a lot of really fucked up decisions from grade 6, grade 7 on. And before, you know, yeah. Yeah. Wasn't a very good time. I spent 1 year in Whitehorse Elementary, which I think was the nicest time I had in Whitehorse. It was Whitehorse Elementary. Such an old school. My mother went to elementary school there herself. I have a picture of her when she was like 11 or something like that, same age as me when I went there. Yes, I was 11 in grade 6, smart little child. It was a nice year. I enjoyed that, although I did get bullied. A couple of little bitches in town and some fellas. I pounded the living crap out of a couple people, and nobody ever bothered me ever again. Oh dear. Yes. So grade 6, probably, or grade 7. No, grade 6. Waiting at the bus stop, wintertime. You know, we had these horde, just like nothing like the snowsuits these days. Beautiful pieces of art that some of them are. They were either dark navy blue, one piece, dark green or black or something, one piece. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, it was all the same. Ugly. It's what it was. And we had to wear one piece snowsuits in the winter time. I was 11 going on 12 probably by then. Because partway through grade 6, I would have been turning 12 years old. My birthday's in the winter. Some little boy was just being an asshole at the bus stop and had been for a while. That morning I'd had enough of his crap, and I jumped him and I beat the living fuck out of him. They had to get an adult to come and pull us apart. The adult, I was on top of him giving him a few of those, and the adult grabbed me right by the back of my snowsuit back here. Just picked me up like this. And then he looked at me and he goes, "It's a girl!" And puts me down. What? I guess girls are not supposed to be tough and athletic and smart all at the same time. Oh yeah, and don't be beautiful then if you're tough and athletic and smart, that you can't be pretty. And oh my gosh, now how are they going to label you? If you're pretty, you're talented, you're smart, you're athletic. Oh boy. And extremely gifted. Society doesn't know what to do with beings like myself and many of you out there, I'm sure. They want to do is tap us down and numb us out and, not teach us about chakras and not teach us about auras and not teach us about our etherics and the manners that it takes to run yourself correctly in energy on this planet. Very important to have manners. Just as important it is to say yes and thank you and please and, I believe in that. Respect. Respect is always appreciated. Disrespect is one of my pet peeves. Don't like being disrespected. And hopefully would like to talk with folks, as we go along here about treating themselves with a little bit of respect. Once I figured out, I guess, that I was a divine spark of all that was holy in the universe. Each and every one of us are. We deserve to treat ourselves the best that we can, to reach for our highest potential in this lifetime if we so choose. And I mean on all levels. You can be educated up the yin yang, but if you are not emotionally an adult, mentally an adult, and spiritually an adult, you are not an adult. Thank you very much. I don't care how many PhDs you think you have. You're not what you think you are. You are what you are. And wherever you go, there you will be. So stop and face yourself ruthlessly with love. As I said, it's never my intention to hurt. But I tell truth bombs, and if you don't want to hear, don't listen. That's all there is to it. It's taken me a long time to get to this place as a holy being, to step up and share my knowledge with all of you here. It'll take a while till we get up into that level of energetic exchange where I really speak with you. And the reason I pause is because I'm running energy right now on those of you who of like mind will be feeling it. As I said, I hope that those that listen to me and watch, don't need to watch, just listen. I hope that you also see me. And I don't mean physically with your eyes either. I myself, I see much better in energy than I do physically. But I've worked on that for many decades. And just like any other muscle on your body, if you work with yourself to self, meditation and proper vibrational frequency work, loving yourself to health, loving yourself emotionally and mentally to a place of adulthood, looking at yourself ruthlessly yet lovingly, who you really are and who really hurt you, what's really going on, what's your true soul's journey. Are you that which you are born to be? Are you that which they tell you to, condition you into, mold you? Oh, you're just like Auntie so and so, or you're just like your brother, you're just like your father, you're just like your mother. No, I'm not. I'm me. 100% me. And you, my darlings, are 100% you. That's the wonderful thing about it, isn't it? And if we could teach our little children this by, as I said, going into grade 7, 8, start teaching them meditation in primary school. So then when they were going into grade 6, 7, going then into junior high and high school, they'd have a much better idea of who they are as a person, that which I am, of the great I am, unique, beautiful individual, the one and only soul on this plane like me. You are the one and only soul on this plane like you. That is your gift. Your job is to find out who you truly are. Why are you here on this soul journey right now? To be happy, to live your most beautiful life, to learn that which you need to know in order to move on in the next go around of your soul's adventure. Not to be what they tell you to be in the magazines and the ads. Bore me to fucking tears with their ignorance and their arrogance and their stupidity. Got a sign for my friend the other day, and I hope he gets the humor in it. I didn't think about that because my humor's a little out in left field, and I enjoy that. So and he works, and he's the boss, and sometimes, humans, they can frustrate you. And I've heard him a couple of times just working really hard to not get upset and to work through it and not blow his top, and it's just you can see the steam coming out the ears working to resolve a situation that shouldn't be a situation in the first place. Stupid is running rampant on this planet, and I'm sorry to say it, but it's a cold hard truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. They've been making you stupider and stupider over the generations, and yeah. I mean, hey, don't some some of my older generation drank the Kool-Aid too, don't fucking get it wrong. They've been so damaged by all the bullshit they've been fed for the last so many hundreds of years, you know. And then this technological age got all you young folks sucked right down the fucking rabbit hole. Sad, sad, sad situation, this earth, yes. Yep. I'm so glad, even though it was rough, even though I was bullied, had to be the tough girl, living in a frontier rural town, really. And then after that, I moved out into the woods. I stayed there in Whitehorse, like I said, 14 years, maybe 20 years, off and on. And then, let me think about that. Was it actually that long? Oh my gosh. I think 14 years total, really. And then back and forth, and, maybe a year here and there. But, yeah. It was a rough place. The whole north, the whole north. It was cold. It was wild. It was dirt roads. It was hunting. It was fishing. It was camping, hiking, riding horses, driving boats. I know how to ride a boat and drive a motor. By the time I was, 8, 9 years old, driving my snow machine by the time I was 5. Time I owned fishing line by the time I was 5. That's for goddamn sure. Got in my own fish, out hunting by then, for sure. I used to drive the boat down the lake when I was a little child. And I don't mean a cabin boat either. I mean a freighter canoe with a Mercury on the back down the lake, Kwani Lake, mostly Touchai Lake at that point of our life because we were living in Whitehorse. That's where we used to go camping. There was no roads to Skagway then. So only road to car cross past that to Touchai Lake, which was a campground. And then we used to put in there and go way down the lake and go camp way the hell and gone. You could do that back then. Can't do that now. So as I said, if we could, please start to teach about energetics, correct manners, chakras, meditation. Play the music at the correct megahertz. Quit fucking with the human. You're doing it intentionally, and by that I'm talking to the media and all of you out there, as they say. You know who you are. You think we don't see what you're doing? You think we don't know what you're doing? There are us out here who are a little smarter than your average bear. And I see you. And I call bullshit on you, humans. War-mongering, greedy fucks. It's got this world so confused and fucked up by you've been lying for thousands of years, and you're about to be caught. And just like little children in the playground, when somebody kicks sand in your face, you're all out there fighting and whining and crying because you know you're coming down. You know that the good will win. You know that when they start to teach children in school how to meditate, how to eat correctly, what nutrition, proper nutrition is, not this fucking Lucky Charms Skittle crap. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When people take control of their own lives, glory hallelujah, will there ever be a day common sense reigns again. Take care of yourselves. Quit being such a bunch of wimps. Start teaching the children properly how to do everything, especially once they get into grade 6. How to sew, how to do banking. I knew fuck all about banking or bank accounts or any of that kind of stuff. What a fucked up life I had. Many ways it's been, it's thank the great spirit above. It made me what I am today, and I turned to my own self and my source connection and my own soul journey. And I took the goddamn time to find out who I really am on this plane. And she's a pretty cool chick. I love her. She's a smart, talented, extremely beautiful, gifted, wise woman. And I don't mean that in a vain way. At all, my darlings. Each and every one of us, as I said, is a beautiful, unique being in our own way, and we must embrace that. And quit believing all the lies that they've been shoveling down our throats for thousands of years now about who and what we truly are. We are not that. We are much, much more. And they've been squashing you down for a long, long time. And by the time of grade 6, our children should know how to meditate. They should know what? Reading, writing, arithmetic. No, teach them banking, teach them Bitcoin, teach them financial, teach them stocks, teach them how to do their taxes and their bills correctly. Teach them how to cook, teach them how to sew, teach them how to change a goddamn tire on their car. Useless titsos, most of them. Change your own light bulb, fix your own drippy faucet. Clean your own plug drain. Change your own oil on your car. Like, self-sufficiency is a wonderful thing. Learn how to grow stuff, sow stuff, make things, fix things. If you don't, you're going to be fucked. Just saying. It's the truth. A universal truth. That's the truths I live by. Because man's is a bunch of bullshit. Everybody should have a goddamn common sense to know there's things that you don't do. Warmongering, number one. Lying, cheating, stealing, overtaxing, running your people into poverty, lack of education, lack of health care, lack of quality food, lack of housing. Oh no, yeah, do as I say and not as I do. Fuck you. Teach the children correctly. Enough. Teach them how to look after their own selves. By grade 7, I was cooking. You know, I knew how to put gas in a car. I knew how to start a car. I knew how to ride my bicycle, put air in my tire. I knew how to shoot a gun, drive a boat, ride a snow machine, hook a fishing line, start a fire, cook on the fire, chop wood, clean the house. Yeah, like all these things. But yeah, it's just needs to be done if we're going to make it through this. Because they're going to push back at us here. The light is coming forth. The age of Aquarius is upon us. The next 21 years is going to be a huge, huge shift on this earth plane. Huge. Really huge. The shadow beings will be pushing, kicking and screaming that their system is falling. The elite and the elitism and the power over and the lying and the cheating and the warmongering will all be stopping. But it won't be without a whole bunch of whining and fucking crying on the way down now, will it? Hopefully they don't wreck the whole fucking world. I'm just praying the aliens come and give you guys all a big fucking spanking. That'd be great. Anyway, I digress. Get me on my Apple Card. I'll tell you how to really run this planet. Not kidding. Kidding, not kidding. So, yes, if we could have had, the opportunity to learn about the esoterics, not only that, not just the blah, blah, blah they tried to shove down our throats. As an intelligent child, I was bored of school. I got in big trouble. I skipped out a half of it, yet I still had a BA average. And I got to play, you're only allowed to play one sport, but I played like 3. I was a consummate athlete, and I still maintained a BA average, although I lost interest totally in the education system after that. Much later on in my life, I tried to go back to school, but not knowing that I was extremely ill. My blood was giving me grief. This would have been in my early 20s. Here I was trying to go to school, and I couldn't even remember. It's amazing that I made it through each and every day once I got better from that. Of course, I never told anybody about it. Everybody has misconceptions about what really happened in my life in my early 20s. And so be it. The truth shall set you free. I'll let everybody know here later on what really went on. But yes, teach your children well when they're young, please. They're much smarter, brighter than you know. Allow them to be who they really are. Let them pursue the arts, the trades, the whatever it is that they're interested in this time, because sure as heck we're going to need that in the future. We need people who know how to take care of themselves on many levels. Plumbers and carpenters and builders and mechanics and machinists and engineers and boiler makers, all the folks that make the world go round. If we don't have them, do it yourself. So teach the children meditation. Teach them how to listen to their own hearts and who they truly are. What do they truly want to be? Do they want to be a seamstress, a costume maker, a digital designer, an athlete, a car builder, a mechanic, a woodworker, an artist, a singer, a poet, whatever it is. Encourage that. I believe everybody should learn about everything. And then that which really piques your interest, you delve into farther. Learn more about it. Learn a lot about it. Become a master at it, if you so wish. Me, I know lots and lots of stuff. The only thing I became a master at was a master of spirit, spiritual healer, a master spiritual warrior, a master spiritual teacher. This is one of my goals in my life, and I have accomplished that. And I'm very proud of that. And now my guides have asked me to share my life with you, and that after many years of stressing about it and not having exactly everything perfect, I've decided just to do it because they've told me. And so here we are, folks. And let me tell you how I really feel. Just messing with you. So yes, here I am in grade 6, 7 now, in Whitehorse, being bullied, had to beat somebody up to establish myself. Everybody was surprised that it was a little girl who was pounding the crap out of a boy. I did that a couple times and that was it. I never ever was bothered again. Also, I was extremely athletic and very fit. Most beings were afraid of me. And really smart and bored of school, making bad decisions because I'm also very sensitive, what they call a clairol, as I've mentioned before. So not having any proper help at that time in my life, any shielding, really any understanding, I was just being buffeted all around by all the emotional crap out here in the world. And that's why I harp on about people need to understand and learn proper energetic manners, how to run your energy correctly, for we are all beings made of energy. We are an electromagnetic machine here on this earth plane. This is our spacesuit for this earth trip right here. But we're a well-oiled machine of fulcrum and levers. We put in the food, it turns it into the gasoline or the diesel, and the jet fuel, whatever analogy you want to use. And it runs your form through electromagnetic energies. Frequencies and electromagnetic energies run the brain, the nervous system, the heart, which is actually another brain, bigger brain, smarter brain than this brain. And your gut, which is a seat of emotions. That's why everybody has problems, so to speak. That's where your immune system starts as well. So it behooves us to be well on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and number one, spiritually. Teach the children. All these stories are all going back to this. Had I known anything about meditation or any idea about who and what I was as a little child, I could have made a much better life for myself. Much better. Just about makes me cry thinking about it. Lack of knowledge, withholding knowledge, manipulating knowledge, being fucking liars. Yeah, don't be duped, folks, okay? There's a lot of deceit in this world. The truth is out there and it'll set you free. But you must do your own soul's journey. And we must help our children, my grandchildren. We've got to teach them that they have the power. They do. Not for this bullshit out here. They can't tell you what to eat, what to drink, what to wear, how to look, what to put in, on, and around your body. It's nobody's fucking business but yours. You don't get to decide to be God for another person. You are to be a positive, loving, guiding force. Not a manipulating, controlling asshole if they don't do it your way. And I'm talking to you, adults, and some children. They can be manipulating little assholes too. Their parents let them get away with it. That needs to stop. Like I said, human race, go slap your face. I'm watching this now for decades. Look at my own soul journey here, healing my own self. Becoming the best person that I can be in this lifetime. Speaking my truth and speaking the truth. It's time to stop the bullshit. Stop the media bullshit. Play the news correctly. Let's talk about good news. Not stop the fear mongering. Fear lowers the immune system. They do it on purpose. They play the music at the wrong megahertz that creates cellular irritation in the human, that creates aggravation and aggression. They do it on fucking purpose. And they dumb you down with these shitty education systems and every other goddamn how many jabs and pokes and fucking pills they put everybody on. Oh my gosh. Wake up. Take control of your life. You are the only person that can. And be a positive guidance to your children until they can start making positive decisions for themselves, the best that you can. And every day is not a good day. Guess what? You got another 24 hours tomorrow to be a better person, to do better. Teach the children now. Vibrational frequencies, how to hold it, how to maintain it, how to be more aware and mindful in the universe by maintaining these vibrational frequencies. Once you start to raise your frequency, as I've been doing now for decades, and learning how to live here and maintain the frequency, because if you don't integrate and maintain and do your work each and every day, as I said, you're just fucking playing. Do or don't do. There is no try. Said by my wise friend Yoda. Teach them now. Help them. Teach them about everything. A well-rounded education. And I don't just mean A, B, and F, and C. I mean electronics, engineering, mechanics, how to run a boat, how to paddle a goddamn canoe, how to put a fishing line on a fishing pole, how to make a fishing pole if you're out in the bush and something happens and you need to actually catch something and feed your very own self, how to recognize plants, mushrooms, basic biology, basic geology, basic. Everybody needs basic carpentry, everything. Start it now. Not going to university to learn how to be a carpenter or college to learn how to. No. Everybody on this goddamn planet should know how to use a hammer and a nail and a saw and an axe and start a fucking fire so they can catch a fish and feed themselves or a squirrel or whatever, a mushroom if you're a vegetarian. Like, we need to learn how to take care of our own self. This is a lost art. I've done it all my life. I hoped at one time to teach, teens and young women and stuff how to rediscover themselves, how to put up a tent, how to gather wood, how to make a fire. What can you eat in the forest? What can you not eat in the forest? Where is it safe to walk, not walk? What wood is the best for smoking if I want to smoke fish or moose meat or dry it? You don't just use any wood. All these things need to be taught. Proper meditation techniques need to be taught. Holding your proper vibrational frequencies when you learn how to raise them and keep them there needs to be taught and shared. It's time for us to reach back and remember who we truly are. And we need to start with our children. See, I'm stuck here in grade 7. Like, it should have started before then, but definitely 5, 6, grade 5, 6, 7. We'll have world peace and within a generation or two if we start this. Imagine what it would be like if everybody actually was interested in being the best person that they could be on this earth walk at this time. And taking their genius and using it for good things and for betterment of the planet instead of warmongering and fighting and acting like little children in the playground. And, I get 70 freaking bazillion billion dollars and you get 50,000 a year and be happy about it. No. It all needs to stop. Oh my God, I'm only down to $100 billion. We better start a war. Sell a whole bunch of my fucking war machines and make a whole bunch more money. That's all it's about. Old men making shitty decisions to kill young folks. I personally think it's pathetic. And then they wonder why people with higher intelligence, like myself, live in isolation most of our lives. We're tired of watching you, your ignorance and your arrogance, ruin our children and the planet, as you've been doing now for generations, starting with my great-grandmother and grandfather, and starting since the goddamn taint hit this place, killing and hurting and warmongering against each other since time immemorial. Yeah, really pathetic. It's not what we're here for. We're here to live our most beautiful life and to be happy. All this other crap about working your fingers to the bone is all just crap. It's about your soul journey. It's not about how many fucking Prada bags you got, how many Gucci watches, Air Jordan shoes, Lamborghinis. It's about your soul's journey. What you're going to answer for when you leave here, you fuckers. I know where I'm going. I'm going to go hang out with the elves for a few thousand years. A lot of you'll be drifting around soulless in the lower astral planes. Because guess what? You usually get what you deserve. Remember that. So teach our children to remember how beautiful they truly are. And I'm gonna have to leave you now. I gotta go do some healing work I totally forgot about. Sorry, my friends. And we'll pick this up. I'm in grade 7 in Whitehorse. Start of some really shitty times. And so I say, meditation, yoga, loving yourself, remembering how beautiful you are. Do it. Go for walks. Tell yourself you love yourself till you mean it. And I'll see you next time.